Oh, hi! What's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while since I've just done a sit back where we just kick back and talk, and I hope you don't mind joining me on this journey. I just wanted to do a bit of a brain dump about things with the channel, things going on in general. We're going to touch on a ton of stuff in this video, so just stay tuned. This is more of just a casual sort of thing. First thing I do want to address really quickly with the channel is we are quickly approaching 7,000 subscribers on the channel. That's unfathomable to me. It's so wonderful, and I really appreciate every single one of you for being here. We're getting closer than I could have ever imagined to 10,000 subscribers, which is 1/10 of the way towards my personal goal, which is 100,000. Hopefully that comes someday. But yeah, I can't believe this is like working in one way, shape, or form. I've made this sort of thing before, but I'm saying it again. I've been posting on YouTube for years and years and years of my life, never seriously, up until I started really posting on this channel. And this is the first time ever that YouTube has been relatively successful for me. And I know this is small compared to other successes on the platform, but this is everything to me. And it's crazy because when you start posting on YouTube, it just takes over your brain. It takes over your brain, and it's all you could freaking think about. And ever since I created this channel, I've been living and breathing this account. I've been now living and breathing Jerry's Takes Plus, which is about to hit 4,000 subscribers after creating it like 2 months ago. That's nuts. It's unfathomable. It's insane. It really is. Or maybe it was a little more than 2 months ago, but still absolutely blows my mind the growth that we've been on this year. It really does. Collectively, between this channel, Jerry's Takes Plus, and Jerry's Talks, I have now over 11,000 subscribers. That's crazy. And again, I know subscribing isn't everything, but as a young kid who always wanted to do YouTube up until now as a 27-year-old, this is more than I could ever dream. It really is. It means the absolute world. It really does. And I plan to try to do better with my content. And when I say that, I mean I want to focus more on making videos, like video essays, that have a little bit better of a production quality. For a while, I've been making videos, and I'm going to still continue to do this, don't get me wrong, because I feel like it's my bread and butter, it's what I know I'm good at. But for a while, I've been making videos where I just click record, do basic, barely bare bones edits of nothing, really, because I just do these videos all in one take and post them. And I think there is a lot of good in that. It brings out the best in me. But it also means I ramble a lot. It also means I get things wrong because I don't write these videos. And just in general, while there's a lot of good pros for me in a workflow perspective, I think the output is diminishing this channel. I really do. And I just wanted to be upfront about that because this medium is great. And I will never want to give away just clicking record and rambling and posting. I don't want to give that away, so I'm still going to do that. But I do want to make more of a focus within these 3 channels that I have. I want to make more of a focus on making sure I make better deep dives into videos and do more video essay style things where I could dive in on a project. And a prime example of that, there's a couple that I'm working on right now. One of them is the wasted potential of Jaime Lannister. One of them is the rise and fall of The Walking Dead, which that is going to be like almost like a documentary type of video. Not really, because I don't have the time to make like a real documentary, but it's going to be as close as I can to a strong video essay. Those are a couple things on the horizon. I don't have a date for them to come out, but I'm actively working on the writing of those videos, and I'm not going to try to rush them. I want them to take their time. And they're going to, because I work a full-time job. I don't have all the time in the world to just sit and make these videos. I wish I did. In a lot of ways, I think that would be an ideal career. Can I see that actually happening? No, realistically. And even if I get to my goal of 100,000 subscribers plus and all of that, It's something I still don't think I'm going to do, personally, unless things drastically change and one day I'm the next Mr. Beast, which has literally just as much as a single grain of, like, the point I'm making is I was trying to make a terrible analogy there. It has a very low probability of happening. Let's be realistic on that. So, I'll probably continue at this sort of thing where I'm not on this quota, I guess, with getting out very highly produced videos right away. I'm going to do them, and I'm going to do more of them, but it's going to take time, and I'm not going to put as strong of a deadline on them as I do reviews and things like that. The reviews aren't going anywhere. You know, when I have an idea that I know could fit this medium well, I'm still going to do it. You're not going to see much of a difference, but what you may start to notice on this channel and on Jerry's Takes Plus is more video essays that are well structured, maybe more voiceover with editing and things like that. That's what I'm trying to get into now. I want to focus on fun shoots because these are great, but I also want to do things where I make a video that I wrote and that I, you know, did stuff like that. I think that'll be fun. It's worth a shot. It's a way to flex my creative muscle, or at least try to, you know what I mean? Because I think one of the best things you could do as a content creator on YouTube, just in general, is try to flex your creative muscle and continue to get better. Mr. Beast says it best, and I know he's under a lot of controversy recently, but he says it best where every video you try to do something better. Whether it's the cameras, the microphones, the lighting that you see in here, the atmosphere, or whether it's the scripting, whether it's your influx in your voice, or the way you present yourself. It could be a million different things, but if you try every video to improve that, you're going to one day get to a place where you want to be. And I wholeheartedly think that's true. I really do. I'm going to try to continue to innovate these videos as best as I can. I know that's a corny word, but it's true. That's my goal going forward. No, it's not like my New Year's resolution. It's August, and I also, quite frankly, don't believe in setting a New Year's resolution. I think whenever you have a resolution, you should try to do it then. You shouldn't wait. Whatever, that's a whole ridiculous thing. But regardless, the overall point I'm trying to make is, as I continue to grow on here, I want my creativity to continue to grow. I don't want to just keep doing talking head like this, basic edits, and posting them to YouTube. Will I do them? Yes. Because the nature of the TV show and, you know, movie reviewing, you know, genre on YouTube is you got to get them out quick. I don't have all the time in the world, unlike the Heavy Spoiler Show or things like that, to sit there and do all the edits. Like the Thrifty Typewriter, I don't understand how he does that. My light just went out. That's crazy. We're going to have to readjust my camera and continue to talk.
A few moments later.
Okay, well, I had to readjust a little bit and change the lighting situation because this thing died. And by the way, this is a little small rig light. I know this has nothing to do with the video, but this is a little small rig light that changes colors. This thing is amazing. It just has really poor battery life. It's full RGB. I'm going to put the link to this in the description. It'll be an affiliate link just so you could check this out if you're ever interested in content creation. But that being said, now that I am thinking about this, I did say at one point or another that I was going to talk about this on the channel. So maybe I'm just going to do it here. While I already promoted this thing, I'm going to talk about the other gear that I use in my videos really quickly, just so you guys know, because I don't know if I'm ever going to make that video that I was talking about where I'm going to talk about making stuff. So for these videos, what I do, because a lot of the compliments I get on the channel is that the quality is good and all of that stuff. Well, I use a Sony ZV-E10. This camera came out, I think at the start of the pandemic maybe. I forget exactly when it came out. It's a 4K camera. It shoots 4K 30 or 4K 24 with a little bit of a crop because it's a crop sensor. But I think the image is phenomenal. I have no plans of upgrading. Maybe if I ever were to, it would be to the new Mark II that just came out. But honestly, for $699 that this camera is, and the link to it will be in the description as well, this camera is absolutely fantastic. And for YouTube, I don't think it gets better than this, really, unless you want to get into like some of the crazy stuff, but I don't think that's necessary right now. So ZV-E10 is a phenomenal camera. It's what I'm using for this video. and I'm using it with what is a Sigma 16 millimeter lens. This thing has really good aperture. It's 1.4, an f1.4 lens. So you get a lot of the background separation, which I love. I think that's great. So honestly, this lens was $330 when I bought it, but the price fluctuates. It'll also be down there in the description. But this camera, you could get a very, 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 very professional image for a very affordable price of just a little bit under, a little bit over $1,000, realistically speaking. And look, you get this quality out of it, which is great. However, the one thing I will say is that video quality doesn't matter nearly as much as audio quality. That's why I personally use the Shure SM7B. It's like it's one of the most famous mics you've seen probably everywhere. That's a little bit on the expensive side. For the first year, I think almost year and a half of this channel, I used the Shure MV7 instead of the Shure SM7B. But the Shure SM7B is great if you have the money, but it's $400. If you don't, and you want to be on a little bit of a budget, you could get the Shure MV7, which is way cheaper. I think it's $179 or it's $200 something, whatever. It's going to be down there. Forget the exact price. But the good thing about the MV7 is it's USB-C and it is XLR. So you could use both inputs for that, which is great. But when I'm in an environment like this, in this movie theater, I'm using the DJI Mic 2 connected to my camera with right now a Rode Lavalier Go, I think it's called. And I'm going to put all of this again in the description. But that's the miking setup. I think these things sound great for what they are and the price point that they are. Are they the best quality you could get? No, but for run and gun, if I wanted to run back there with this mic, you could easily do it, which I love about it. I think that's great. I already mentioned this light. I have another light up there. I wouldn't recommend that, so I'm not even going to put that in the description. But really, these are small lights. I use at my main desk setup a much bigger light. I know some people have those box lights. I don't have that. I have a flat, like pancake style light. It's like a diffused light box sort of thing. Kind of looks like this in a way, but way bigger. Newer makes it. I'm going to put the link to that in the description too, but that's it. The point I'm making with all of this is, I went on the expensive side. You don't even need half this shit to get the job done. But if I really do wholeheartedly think that quality has an impact on video making, and I know YouTube gurus will say, oh, it doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. Well, quite frankly, the audio definitely matters. The video matters, but not nearly as much as the audio. They both together make a really nice professional package, but it's not 100% necessary. Like right now, I don't know where it is. I have my iPhone 15. I actually use this if you see me in an environment that isn't my desk or here, you're seeing me on the iPhone. That's the iPhone footage. Like the video I shot recently of me doing the I Don't Care About the Walking Dead video, that was an iPhone and the DJI mic. That's all it was. And it was super easy. So you could get away with something like that, but if you're going to invest in one, you should absolutely invest in audio. And if you're running and gunning more, DJI Mic 2 is probably my biggest recommendation. Then a microphone like the MV7 or the Shure SM7B. Those are phenomenal mics, but whatever. I know I just went off on another tangent, but I know I said I'd give that to you in some video. I guess this is the video to do this. Yeah, so the last thing I wanted to talk about in this video, and I know this one's been all over the place. This is kind of more like a podcast sort of style where I'm just rambling and stuff like that. The last thing I want to talk about is monetization. Of course, these videos are, a lot of time goes into making these videos on the channel. And I talked about this in my live stream the other day. So recently, I was demonetized a second time on YouTube. That happened in early July. I think it was July 2nd, something like that. I got a notice at like 4:30 in the morning that my channel had been demonetized for what is known as reused content. I have no idea what that is. And I have fought like hell to get that fixed. I fought with their support on YouTube. I fought with the people that sent me the email, even though that's just a generic inbox. And I've done countless research trying to figure out what it is. I don't know what it is. I know I have a video up of a jump scare of the ghost car that's doing well. That's the only thing I could think maybe. I don't know, but this is the second time this has happened that I've gotten flagged for reused content. And it's the second time I've been demonetized. And thank God I have a full-time job. To me, this is scary for people who do this full-time. This is part of the reason I said earlier, I don't want to ever do this full-time because you never know when things will change. You never know when YouTube's going to change, blah, blah, blah. That's a whole other rant for another video. But the truth of the matter is, it is very unfortunate because, look, again, yes, I have a full-time job, but this takes up a lot of my personal time. And for getting flagged for reused content, it feels targeted to me. I don't know what videos are doing this. I really don't. It's just kind of frustrating. I'm not going to lie. It's frustrating. It's not going to put a damper on me making these videos because the whole reason ever since I was a kid I set out to do YouTube is to have fun making videos and posting on YouTube. That's been the biggest joy for me. And again, right now I'm doing it for free because of passion, and I will always do it for free just in general because I love doing this. That being said, when you're making money from YouTube at no additional expense to you, it is a little unfortunate when that gets pulled from you for no reason. You know what I mean? This isn't me like saying like, oh my God, I only do video in front of blah, blah, blah. It's not like that. It just is disappointing, especially when they don't even, this is like a problem with YouTube. They don't even tell you what video is causing the reused content. That makes no sense. They are YouTube. They flagged my channel. Don't you know what caused that? I'm telling you, I fought tooth and nail to try to figure this out with YouTube. They won't tell me. No one will. And when you get a certain amount of subscribers on your channel, you have access to like a support line or something. But I tried them. They're not helpful. No one is giving me any input, which I think is extremely unprofessional. If you're going to be offering the ability to post YouTube with, YouTube videos with monetization and all of that stuff, at least be able to tell your creators why their money is being tampered with. You know what I mean? And the reason I'm bringing this up in this video is I hope to God someone from YouTube sees this, or I hope to God someone here knows someone that, probably not, but you know what I mean? Like, I just gotta say this out loud because I've tried. I even had to post a video to YouTube to try to manually appeal this demonetization. You know what they came back at me at? They came back at me by saying my video wasn't long enough and that I'm going to try to pull it up. My video wasn't long enough explaining why I did nothing wrong, and that the appeal didn't contain enough visual examples of your filming, editing, or creative process. How the fuck does that have anything to do with my reusing content? Which I don't even know what it is because you won't tell me what it is. I don't get this. Someone manually reviewed this and still didn't tell me what was reused. That makes no sense, and it's extremely frustrating because I'm eligible for monetization again in September, early September, which, like, okay, that's fine, but I don't want to just reapply and risk the same thing a third time. Like, it's ridiculous. I want someone to tell me what I did wrong. I've looked through the guidelines. I've looked at my content. I don't know what it is. YouTube is not being clear, and it's very frustrating. It really is. It's very frustrating. And I never thought I would rant on, camera and talk about this stuff. But again, this is just me brain dumping everything and having a chat with you guys about the channel and all of that stuff. So I thought I'd bring it up because, hey, it doesn't hurt to talk about. Maybe YouTube will be watching this. I don't know. It's just unfortunate. It really is. It sucks. It doesn't suck for the reasons of like, oh, I want to make money. It's just, it does suck when you put a lot of work into these videos and you lose the ability to make any form of income on them because of a reason they won't tell you. Yeah, they say reused content, but tell me what it is. What's the reused? What's the reused content? I don't get it. I don't get it. After the appeal, I thought they'd at least, look into it or tell me. Nothing. I don't know. I'm just rambling here. I hope you enjoyed this ramble of all things. We're going to go back to more TV show content and all of that stuff going forward. I just wanted to talk about this, and I wanted to address what's been going on and hang out. I'm also thinking about, and I want you guys to know, tell me down in the comments, I'm also thinking about branching out a little bit on the channel and posting some more take stuff about things that aren't necessarily The Walking Dead or House of the Dragon or just shows. Maybe just takes on YouTube content or things going on, like, you know, crazy fun news or things like that. More akin to something like a Moist Critical, where like he'll talk about things that are happening in the current events and things like that, and just like have a conversation and have takes on those things. I'm thinking about it. It's not in the immediate plans. I'm not announcing this as something, but I'd like to know if that's something you'd like to see, because maybe I'll consider doing it more. I don't know. That's been the video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me for the sake of this video. And until the next one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.